Taking care of it. Getting her done. Good morning, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the show. Hey, Mike. What day is it, Mike? It's Hump Day. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show here on this beautiful Wednesday morning. All right. We're here. That's where we need to be. We're here, right here. Just watch the show. You'll see. Now dig this, man. We start every morning the same way with our super, ultra, mega, hardcore, unbelievable, THX certified, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, and Peter Jackson approved special effects extravaganza. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Wednesday, and we're doing good. Right off the bat, I'd like to start by saying that Ray Ray's back from the hospital. Apparently, the surgery went well, and she's all good. She's resting right now, recovering. So, thank God everything turned out okay for her. God bless her. And, all of our thoughts and prayers are with her and everything. And so far, it seems like it's all good. Right on. Let's see who's here. Ladies and gentlemen, number one, the all-seeing eye. All right. So you, sir, get the first well, I guess the all-seeing eye could be male or female. You, human, you get the first happy dance of the day. Here you go. All right, there you go. News Now Enemy was second. What's up, Enemy? Good to see ya. Of course, it wouldn't be a Hezokuai show without Little Chihuahua Big World. The amazing Aussie Griffey's here. Let's see. Griffey won't be around because this show's too late for him over in Australia. Well, thank you for joining us and for all the support. Griffey's been a huge supporter of the channel. He's the one who sent me that damn Vegemite. But he also sent me a whole bunch of great stuff, including the kangaroo to Joey and a bunch of Australian snacks. God bless you, sir. Thank you for coming out and being such a good supporter of the channel all the time. If you can't make it, you can't make it. I get that. But thank you for joining and supporting the show all the time, always. Absolutely. Terry Barnes is here. Good morning, my friends. God bless you all, and God bless you. Absolutely. Yes. Let's see who else is here. P. Barnes, of course. Of course. My amazing secretary, the fantastic P. Barnes, is here. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely, positively, every day, in every way. Let's see. Greg Jonick, all right. Good morning all. That's everybody. Little Chihuahua, Terry Barnes, P. Barnes, News Now Enemy, Little Chihuahua, Greg Jonick. Who else is here? Society Red. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Great to see you. All right, all right, all right. And let's see who else do we got here. Greg Jonick, P. Barnes. Ladies and gentlemen, Script Cat is here. Right here. The place to be. Yes, sirree. You will see. Oh, yes. The show for you and the show for me. Yeah. If you show for me, won't you show for me? I will show for you. Ooh, 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 baby. Sledgehammer. Peter Gabriel. It's a big hit back in the day. All right, Script Cat's here. Hi, me Palmetto LB. There's no need to fear. Hezokuai is here. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Good to see you. Great to see you. As always, goodness gracious me. Let's see who else. Florida Jim is in the house. Good morning from Florida Rashers Breakfast Club. That's right. And supposedly our weather's going to take a turn for the better for the next few days, but then it's going to go back. Whatever. It's still winter. What are you going to do? I just feel sorry like the last 2 weeks because I know like people, because I'm from the Midwest, so I understand. But for people who live like in other areas, when I talk about how cold it is here, they're like, cold? What are you talking about? That's not cold. And I understand that. But I think about like tourists, like people, I want to go to Disney World, I want to get out of the damn snow and go to Florida where I could go swimming and all that. And then they get here and it's 40 degrees out. Like, what the heck is that? I didn't fly 2,000 miles for that crap. But, oh well, what are you going to do? Shut up. All right, let's see. Casey's here. Good morning, Hez and the Rash crew. Brian Showman is also here. Good morning, all. That's all. That's everybody. Yes. Yeah. Let's see. P-Barnes, Florida Jim. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Sue Bear is here. Awesome. Great to see you here, Sue Bear. Great to see all of you for the Hump Day Wednesday. Who's Now Enemy? Am I on delay? I don't know. Ask your computer. Let's see who else is here. Florida Jim, Casey, Sue Bear, the all-seeing eye. Morning His, morning eye. Roisin is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Welsh News Network is right here. On a Wednesday. Little Chihuahua, Casey, Florida Jim, P. Barnes, all-seeing eye. And Trucker Ron. Great to see you, Trucker. Great to see you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, all right, all right. So, sip of my coffee. All right. So, what are we talking about this morning? Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, Heck is here. Florida's the Australia of America. And then we got a Bob in the house. Those Bobs are currently, I don't want to give it away, but there's some crazy stuff going on over in the Bob verse. You'll see. A couple weeks from now, we'll talk about it. We got plans. Anyway, so for anyone who's just joining us and missed it, and what is RASH? Rise and Shine with Hezokuai. So you wake up in the morning, you turn on the RASH show, the Rise and Shine with Hezokuai show. All right. Yes. So anyway, like I say, for anyone who's just joining us who missed the first thing I said before I did my greetings, anyone who watched the show yesterday knows that Ray hasn't been here because she's been ill and she had surgery yesterday. And I heard from her; she's back home. She's she's recovering right now, so it's all good, you know. Thank goodness everything turned out right for her, and that she's feeling better. Well, she just got back from surgery, right? So she probably won't feel better for a few days, but you know what I mean. Whenever anyone has any kind of surgery, is Highway Star here, ladies and gentlemen? Highway Star, yeah. But so anyway, I'm sure anytime anyone has a surgery and the hospital sends them home right after, that's usually a really good sign. So I'm feeling good about that. So she said, oh, News 9 Enemy says Ray raised the bomb. That's right. I agree. 100% all the way. Let's see. I sent you something funny and soul destroying. Oh no. Auntie Jackie's also here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So anyone who follows the show knows that every Tuesday I go to the movies, and then Wednesday I review the movie I saw the day before, quick in the morning. So I always buy all my movie tickets through Fandango. And one of the things that's cool about Fandango is that every fifth ticket, you get a $5 discount. And about the things go on Tuesday because so oh no, it looks like I got myself a little bit of pizza time. My internet is being wonky again. Oh my goodness gracious me, my friend. I don't know what to do until I get it. There you go. It's back. Jack and do it again. Wheels turn around and go back. Jack and do it again. Yeah, speaking of pizza, I got 2 pizza pictures now. We ended up getting this one as a joke after Griffey made me eat Vegemite. We got Vegemite pizza. Yes. Ew. Why anyone would ever want to eat something like that, I have no idea. So anyway, like I say, every fifth movie you get a $5 discount on Fandango. And because I only go on $5 Tuesday, essentially I end up getting a free movie every fifth movie. So yesterday was my free movie. So I went to the theater and I didn't know what to see. Most of the pictures playing at my local theater I've already seen. I didn't see Aquaman yet, but whatever. I'm not about to, I'm not in a hurry to go see that. So I saw The Beekeeper. And like Parson 1122 Godzilla, here's the funny part, Parson. They're re-releasing -1 in black and white. So even though I've already seen it 3 times in the theater, It's probably going to be 4 for the initial theatrical run is done for once and for all. Rube Maximilian, what's up? Good morning, Hez, and the rest of the pizza. I'm sorry, the Rash family from the West Coast. Pack, he's from Australia, so he's like, don't blaspheme the Vegemite pizza. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. So anyway, I saw this movie, The Beekeeper, and I understand why it would be making money, because on one hand, the guys get to watch a lot of crazy action, and the girls get to stare at Jason Statham for a couple hours. But realistically speaking, it's a John Wick ripoff. That's what it is. They're obviously trying to build a new Beekeeper franchise, and I would not be surprised if there is a Beekeeper 2, because it definitely stays open for a sequel, and I don't know, it's the character development. King Stu 2000 is here. Yes, Godzilla -1. Considering the budget, it made an insane amount of money. Like, it didn't make an insane amount of money, but when you consider how much it cost to make it, it made an insane amount of money. So, like I say, I compare it, Beekeeper, to John Wick. So I'd rather watch John Wick, and here's why. It's all about the character development and the story. Because I don't care how much action there is, I don't care how much exciting the action is. If I don't care about the characters, then none of that other stuff matters. And the only way I could explain what happens in Beekeeper without any Beekeeper spoilers, hopefully you guys, if you are interested in that kind of thing, have already seen John Wick by now. So I'll use that as an example, since that's the movie they're ripping off. Well, see, that's the thing. They're not directly ripping it off, but it's the formula is the same, identical. But I mean, like, if I again, I'm trying to do it spoiler free, but if I really broke it down point by point, you could see, like, when you write a movie script, when you make a movie, they have these things called beats. Like, let's say something that pretty much everyone's familiar with at this point. Let's say Star Wars, right? Like, when the ship comes in, you see the robots running, and then the stormtroopers come in, and then Vader walks in. That's a beat. And then when they get in the escape pod and they launch off the Tatooine, that's a beat. Like, it goes, the rhythm of editing is in beats, and the Beekeeper matches the beats of the original John Wick almost exactly. They're almost identical beats. That's what it is. And what? Wait a minute, Society Red. Have I seen the original Godzilla movie? Here's the thing. I am a huge Godzilla fan. I've dug and dug and dug, and I want to say that I've seen all of them, but I know that there are. I mean, there's like, what, 39 Godzilla movies now. If you count the series that's going on with Godzilla and Kong in the MonsterVerse, it's even more. But I'm talking about theatrical releases, and there are a handful, a very small amount, that were never technically officially released out here, but I've watched bootlegs and stuff over the years. So I'm pretty comfortable in saying that I've seen them all. But I can't absolutely guarantee it, but I'm pretty sure I have. Anyway, so getting back to the to the Beekeeper thing. Again, no spoilers for Beekeeper. If you don't know what's going on with John Wick by now, the cat's been out of the bag for almost a decade. So I'll use John Wick as an example. So the best way I can describe what happens in The Beekeeper and the weakness of the movie The Beekeeper, the reason why it didn't really grab me, like, the action is great, everything's great, but it's like the whole thing that triggered John Wick was his wife passed away, and she, like, right before she died, it was a secret. He wasn't supposed to know. When he found out the day he got home from her funeral, she bought him a puppy. So for John Wick, that puppy, it wasn't just, oh, I got a puppy. It was the last piece of his wife, the last thing that she ever did for him before she passed away. So then when somebody robbed him and killed his puppy, that was what triggered him. Now, everything that I just said is shown in the movie. John Wick doesn't stop, look at the camera, and say, now, the reason why I'm so upset about my puppy being killed is because my wife gave it to me right before she died, and that was my last connection to her. He doesn't verbally explain that. We as the audience see that that's what happened, so we know that that's what triggered him. The Beekeeper, I didn't, like, after 3, I stopped even thinking about it, but I counted 3 times where Jason Statham is about to do something, he catches a bad guy and does an exposition dump that would, if it was a John Wick movie, it would be the equivalent to, he gets into a boss fight. There's like 3 mini bosses and then the main boss. So every mini boss fight, John Wick would stop, grab the boss, and before he shoots him, go, now the reason I'm shooting you is because my puppy was very important to me, because it was the last thing that my wife gave me before she died. Like, you don't need to explain the first act of the movie to me, the audience, every time you kill somebody before you kill them. Like, and that was what really took me out of it. It was like that big emotional connection that connected you to John Wick and made you understand when people would say, but this is just over a dog. And we, the audience, know, no, it's not just the dog, dag nabbit. You know, but we knew that. We understood that because that's what happened in the movie. But in The Beekeeper, again, I'm comparing it to John Wick because it follows the John Wick formula. But don't want to give any spoilers, so I'm not saying specifically what it is. But that was my beef with the movie. Was that it was like, it would be the equivalent to John Wick every time stopping and saying over and over and over again, well, my wife gave me this puppy and it was the last thing she gave me before she died. Ah, how come you're so mad over a dog? Because my wife gave me this puppy and it was the last thing she gave me before she died. Like, okay, shut the hell up. That emotional connection to that moment wasn't there. They just kept explaining the moment over and over. And it's like, okay, yeah, I got it. All right, what happens next? So whatever. I'd give it 2.5 stars. I mean, obviously, Jason Statham's great. The acting was good. Good. The writing was very ham-fisted. And what I mean by that is, again, like I said, the fact that he just kept telling us the events of the first act over and over. Like, I know, like, they didn't have to write it so hitting the nail on the head. There was definitely a message in what happened, but it was very, like, shoving it down your throat, hitting the nail on the head. This is what happened and why it's bad. Okay, I know. Oh, so, I don't know. I didn't think that the writing was great. It seemed to me more of just as an excuse, like all of the story was just an excuse to move from one action scene to the next action scene. Yippee. Does he get stung by a bee? Ancient Chart Music and Art is here. All right. Actually, no, there are no. It's The Beekeeper, and there's a million bees in the. And in fact, that was one of the things at the very beginning. I was sure that there was going to be some point in the film where, like, whether it was a good guy or a bad guy, somebody was going to get attacked by a swarm of bees, because there are bees all over the place throughout the whole movie. Not one time did anyone get stung that we saw. maybe the actors, while they were filming, if they used real bees, they might not even have done that. Who knows? Who knows? So much special effects. Who knows? And it's sad too, because like there are a lot of good action scenes. Like there's some really, really cool stuff. And a lot of the things that Jason Statham does, a lot of things that the Beekeeper does in the movie is clever. You know, he comes up with like really cool ideas, but just like any one of these like action type movies, it's always either a clever way to escape a bad situation or a clever way to kill somebody, you know, which, yeah, after you watch a couple John Wick movies, you've seen a billion different variations of that. I don't know. That's why I say, again, it just follows the same formula as John Wick, literally same beats, whatever. The Beekeeper is actually a comic. I don't know if this movie was based on the comic. If it was, then this is the origin story. But when they transferred it to film, it didn't translate well. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hezokuai Wednesday. And oh my goodness gracious me, what is this? Breaking news from the Frauditor News Network. Uh-oh, time to watch this video.
Recently learned of some news that is sending some frauditors into a total freaking fit. State Senator Nathan Dahm authored Senate Bill 1837, which seeks to avoid potential abuse of the freedom of the press. Under the proposed requirements, anyone who works for a media outlet would need to submit to criminal background checks and quarterly drug tests. That would pretty much eliminate all frauditors, but unfortunately, it's only for the state of Oklahoma. Let's take a closer look. This is Nathan Dahm, whom I suspect will be the newest victim of frauditor hatred, which will undoubtedly include death threats and call flooding. Let's see this proposed bill. As introduced, an act relating to media outlets, creating the Common Sense Freedom of Press Control Act, providing short title, stating purpose, requiring licensure for certain individuals and companies, providing requirements for licensure, defining terms, providing for promulgation of rules, authorizing Corporation Commission to provide licensure, and providing an effective date. Letter A states, to ensure the safety of the general public and avoid potential abuse of the freedom of the press, any media outlet that includes opinions at any time in its print, broadcast, or other means of distribution shall do each of the following before any articles, stories, opinions, news, videos, or other media are distributed to the public. I'll let News Now Lisa explain more of this in her own words.
An Oklahoma Republican wants to require journalists to get licenses, take drug tests. All right, so this guy right here, Nathan Dahm, Dahm, he is a Oklahoma Republican, and on Wednesday, he's an Oklahoma State senator. He's proposed a bill that would require journalists to submit to drug tests, take courses in being propaganda free, and get a license from the state. This has got to be a joke. It's got to be a joke. Like, you came up with this shit? Like, nah, this ain't gonna pass. This ain't gonna pass. I'm gonna tell you right now, Oklahoma's always trying to pull some shit like this. When I first started cop watching, they were trying to make it illegal to film the police or where they live. You weren't allowed to film. I'll look that up in just a second. But the Senate Bill 1837, called the Common Sense Freedom of Press Control Act, any media outlet that includes opinions at any time in its print, broadcast, or other means of distribution shall do each of the following before any articles, stories, opinions, news, videos, or other media are distributed to the public. I don't see it happening. I don't think so. I don't think so. Then must complete a criminal background check. For what? To be an independent journalist? Get the out of here. Receive a license from the Oklahoma Corporation Commission, which regulates public utilities in the state. Complete a propaganda-free safety training course of no less than 8 hours as prescribed by the State Department of Education, which shall be developed in coordinates with PragerU, which is a right-wing advocacy group known for distorting U.S. history and promoting climate change denial. Listen to this one. Have liability insurance of at least $1 million. This has got to be a joke. This has got to be a joke. And last but not least, submit to a drug testing every quarter. The Oklahoman, the newspaper, suggests legislation probably won't become law. Of course it's not. Why would they even print this? Don't get me going, man. This shit's been bugging me.
She's more than likely correct. I don't see it passing. But if News Now Lisa is so sure of it not passing, why is it bugging her so much? Maybe because she knows that the Frauditors' time in the sun of harassing people to make YouTube money may one day, maybe very soon, be coming to an end, and all Frauditors will have to get a job. I'll now switch over to what Firm Audits has to say about this topic.
This is Nathan Dom. All right. He is a Republican. He is homeschooled. His legislative experience is Senate. I can't read that. I apologize, guys. But from 2012 to the present, his hometown is Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and his occupation, get this, is a software developer. Sorry. Also, I don't know. I can't blow this up, I don't think. I don't know how to. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But there's his phone number. Is in that little square. And then there's an email address. And I've already sent him an email. I was quite nice, but I was very direct to it. And also asked him to give me an email back, please. So let's see what it goes from there. Basically told him I wish he, as a Republican myself, wish that he did not propose this bill, did not follow through with this bill, did not give it a reading, and basically abandon it and leave it the way that it is. Because the state also, I looked up something else here. This is the Black Wall Street Times. Accesses the new civil rights, but basically it's got an article on it. And let's see here. We can play it, or I can read some of it to you. This bill is meant to protect the privacy of government workers, prohibits posting a video or photo of a police officer with threatening intent. Now, I think they're going to talk about it a little bit here down below, but if they don't, I want to get this out. The intent of that is determined. Oh, it says it on the next line. I apologize. Woo.
It's been a long night, guys. It's like midnight for me. Its intent is determined by a judge or prosecutor. So that's crazy. The ACLU and other groups opposed to the bill. HB, and then this is what I was going to talk about here. 1643 was signed by Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt at the end of May 2021 and takes effect November 1st, 2021. So it's already in effect, that law, HP 1643. And how they did that is that they used a bill in the House and a bill in the Senate, the state Senate and the state House, House Bill 2273 and State Senate Bill 6.
Okay, so Greg, this guy, what was his name? Dagnabbit. Hold on, let me see.
The cover for this,
it's like something, I don't know. It says his name on the screen by him there, but I don't remember. Anyway, what's happening here is what this video is about is in Oklahoma, an Oklahoma senator is proposing a bill where, and again, this is important. This is a distinction that none of these people are mentioning. But again, I'm not saying whether I'm for or against the bill in general, but just explaining what's going on. So a senator in Oklahoma is proposing a bill that would say that says that anyone trying to engage in journalism for opinion pieces needs to follow certain rules, certain regulations to do so, to avoid propaganda. It's basically considered an anti-propaganda bill. They don't want people just going in there spreading lies and all that and calling it news, is essentially the idea. And it also would mean that if you were a journalist, you would have to submit to drug tests, you would need a license and things like that. And that's one of their big things. I don't need a license. I don't need an ID. I'm a human, which means I have the right to film you with that. Oh my goodness, gentlemen. All right. Now I'm going to wait for the internet. And now I'm going to wait for the internet. And now I'm going to wait for the internet. And now I'm going to wait for the internet. The internet is getting funky, like a spunky monkey, chunky in the rain, driving me insane. Hi, welcome back, guys. Good to see you on this beautiful Wednesday. Anyway, yeah, we're watching a video about this this being proposed in Oklahoma that do up. Come on, internet, do something. Come on, Spectrum, I'm not paying you for this crap. Where's the good stuff? Let's go. Oh boy, sandwiches. No, those aren't sandwiches, those are pizza pies. Ranting and raving, I'm craving some Vegemite pizza. No, I'm not. You know what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm telling you that the most important thing that y'all need to understand about the video we're watching, once again, is that I keep feeling like I have to repeat myself, but 2 times I said it and 2 times my internet froze up. So I don't know what you guys heard. So for anyone who missed the beginning, the video that we're watching right now is about Oklahoma trying to put some kind of rules and regulations on journalism. By the way, I got a couple of super chats. I got Greg Jonick for $2 who wants me to taste voodoo to give Ray Ray a laugh. We got to cheer her up, absolutely. And then $5 for Billy Yank. This bill is a protest against existing gun laws. Senator Dom does not expect it to pass. Okay. But they even said in the article that they don't expect it to pass. But again, I think it's about putting up, some kind of putting up some kind of like putting it out there, that there's an issue with these douche canoe so-called journalists doing what they do. Miss Mandy for $1.99. Love you and Ray Ray. All right. Dino's here, ladies and gentlemen. Little Chihuahua doing better, doing okay. Little Chihuahua, Big World doing okay, but definitely been better. Yes, I know that. And NCR News Network is in the house. Little Chihuahua, Big World. Hey, what's up? All right. All right, so I owe you guys a couple happy dances and a tasing. So let's start with the amazing tasing, and then we'll get back to the video.
What's with you guys, man? Let me tell you something, guys. If you want to tase me, you got to do what you got to do. But I don't like it because I think this bill is a horrible idea. What are they trying to do? Make it so that frauditors can't fraud it anymore? What do they expect us to do? Get real jobs? I can't get a real job. Y'all know that I'm a pimp. You're a simp, and I've been eating all the shrimp. See, there I am wearing my pimp outfit. Is that slick or what? Yeah. I know how to do it, baby. Yeah. I keep pimping, and you keep simping. Oh, wait, what's the other one? Yeah. Somebody told me this one. They said, I'm a mobster, and you're something else, and I've been eating all the lobster. Yeah. I say, yeah. Oh. Well, at least they're not armed. Ah, crap! Yeah, I learned that from Hez.
All right. And I also owe 2 happy dances. Here we go. No. Oh. All right. Yes. I mean, Palmetto L Bay with a 4-month membership milestone. Tase News Now Voodoo. That's what he wants for his milestone. All right. Hey, ancient chart music and I said, damn crows. I love it. Society Red's going to work. Thank you for joining us. Here's a little bit of a tasing.
What? Another one already? Oh, Jamie, Heidi, Honey, Boney, whatever your name is, man. What are you doing to me, man? No. Listen, I don't like being tased. Oh, you know what? By the way, look at what Hez did, man. He finally got a new ankle monitor for me for my frickin' house arrest, man. I'm gonna figure out how to break this one. Hey, News Now Douche Canoe, I know you're watching. See if you can help me figure out how to cut this damn thing off my ankle, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, ow!
Oh, yeah, I love you guys. You're awesome. He saves News Now Voodoo from crows, then tases him. How ironic. Well, the crows are danger. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, back to the video. All right.
House Bill 1643.
Oh, firm audits. That's the name
They
of the guy
snuck
talking.
it in,
Firm
basically.
audits.
And that's what this talks about if you want to go to it. State representatives unanimously passed House Bill 2273 out of the House Judiciary Criminal Committee. It makes a criminal out of anybody who intentionally publishes personally identifiable information of a law enforcement officer, such as a photo or video, with the intent to threaten, intimidate, harass, or stalk, according to the bill's text. The bill would create a misdemeanor charge for the first violation and a felony for any further violations that causes, attempts to cause, or would be reasonably expected to cause substantial, here we go, feelings, emotional distress, or financial loss to the law enforcement officer or the family, household member, or intimate partner of the law enforcement officer. Notably, that the bill considers personally identifiable information, mixes in the reasonable with the extreme. Along with the name, birth date, and address, it lists phone number, driver's license number, social security number, place of employment number, and mother's maiden name as items that it would be banned from being made public by civilians. Really? Okay. At the end of the list, it includes a photograph or any other realistic likeness of the person. Companion bills moving forward in Oklahoma legislature. I don't want to read that. Both Senate Bill 6 and House Bill 2273 ended up being used as a cover for HB 1643, which took on the same language of the other two bills. Republican legislators sailed it through, and there was next to nothing preventing the governor from signing the new legislation into law, which he did on May 1st, 2021, and went into law November 1st. They also say that some Dems even voted yes for this, two of them. Michael Brooks and Kevin Matthews, both senators. But now Kevin Matthews responded, said that he no longer supported the bill and would vote no when it came to the Senate floor. Kevin Matthews is founder and chairman of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre Centennial Commission. My specific question was, does this include videotaping officers, such as the George Floyd incident? The author stated no, it did not. Matthews said in an email defending his initial vote. Matthews said that he and his Democratic colleagues voted out of the interest of privacy and safety. He said they couldn't find any negative statements from the ACLU at that time, unlike now. But they talk about this whole American Civil Liberties Union response to it, the ACLU of Oklahoma. And that's it on that one. But yeah, guys, so this state is already known for basically having laws that very, very, very much cut into our First Amendment rights. And if this bill goes through and if they try to sneak it in and it gets signed into a law somehow, that is going to be crazy. So basically, anybody that says that they're press, like we do now, because we are, as an individual, picking up a phone, picking up a camera, filming our government rights. I'm sorry, our government during its duties for our rights is just crazy. We need to stop this, and hopefully this gets out a little bit more, and hopefully we had some good conversations in the chat, because I am going to go ahead, now that I'm done with this, make this a premiere tomorrow, the 23rd of January. And I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Y'all have a good one. And we're going to be out. Just keep this in mind, guys. Peace.
In my opinion, this proposed bill applies to only the real media, not these pretend journalists that call themselves First Amendment auditors. But of course, they are up in arms over this because they either really believe they are journalists, because, that's what Long Island Audit tells them, or they know they're full of shit, but are up in arms at the prospect of having to actually be treated like real journalists who have to follow rules. I'll post a link to the full text of the proposed bill in the description so you can read it in its entirety. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Good night.
All right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. My co-host on the Saturday Night Snafu, Maggie from the Frauditor News Network. She's awesome. That's her newest video talking about this proposed bill. And I'll tell you what, guys, because I could see on a certain level both sides of the argument, because obviously, because she showed the actual text of the bill, and if you actually read it, and the guy mentioned it, it's just he wasn't, like somebody said, he needs a public speaking course because he obviously isn't very well at articulating his ideas, but he kind of mentioned it a little bit. It's the idea that the way it's written, it leaves a lot to the interpretation of the judge if something like this does happen. And there could be a little bit of wiggle room there into the difference between doxing a police officer and actually what we can do, like literally like just filming the police doing something. Obviously, the intent of the bill is to stop the doxing, but the way it's written, the intent part, and that's what the frauditors are going to argue, because they always do. They always do. Whenever anyone says, you just came in here to cause a problem, how do you know that that's why I came in here? What if I just came in here to just film the building? It's like, well, if you don't know, and this is something that isn't just me speaking, okay? I've heard this before. And I know, because I know that there's different people have different opinions about certain people and certain whatever. But the fact of the matter is, like him or not, Jordan Peterson is, or was until I think they took his license away. I knew they were going to. But he was a clinical psychologist. And this was from one of his psychology lectures from before he became, famous. But he was saying that psychologically, like, if you do not know the intent of an event, look at the outcome. And if the outcome is mayhem, then most likely the intent was to cause mayhem. And that makes a lot of sense when you apply it to frauditors. Because what do we see every time we watch one of these videos? They walk into a building and they film. Somebody comes up to them and says, are you filming in here? And they either don't say anything, which looks suspicious. Duh! Why would you not say anything? Well, because I don't have to. Oh, here we go. We're already starting. And these guys with their nonsense. And see, okay. So they'll always argue, like, how do you know that my intent was to cause a problem? How do you know that my intent was to bait a reaction? Well, you know how I know? I watch your videos. That's how. When you walk into a building and somebody tries to talk to you and you treat them like a piece of crap on the bottom of your shoe that needs to be scraped off. Obviously, I'll give you an example. Let's go with not the extreme, vile, like SGV News, NC Tyrant Hunter level scumbags, Glenn Serio types. And let's go with the more calm ones, like the Bay Areas or the Audit Thems, right? Tyrant Terminator. He walks into a building to fill out a FOIA request. That's his stated intent. When he's there, especially after it gets to the point where he's going to be trespassed. But his stated intent that he says to his audience before he walks in the door, I'm here to see if these guys are going to violate my rights. So that has nothing to do with filling out a FOIA request. Because if your intent was to fill out a FOIA request, you'd walk in the building and you'd say, I'm here to request a FOIA. And they'd say, oh, well, the FOIA office is across the street, so just go over there and fill out the form. If their intent was to fill out a FOIA, why wouldn't they just say, okay, thank you, go across the street and fill out the form? If my intent is to pick up this gavel, I'm not going to sit here and stare at it until somebody else picks it up and hands it to me. I'm going to pick it up because that was my intention. So why do we assume that their intent was to cause a confrontation? How could we know what their intention was? So Hez, why are you Hez-splaining that? Because that's the whole point of this bill. That's the big beef that the Frauditors are having with this bill that they proposed in Oklahoma, is that it says in the wording of the bill intention. So I could see, even I could understand why, again, not whether or not I agree or disagree with the idea of it, but the argument that could be made or is being made by the Frauditors is that how can the judge know the intent? How do they know what I was thinking when I walked in there, that I intended? Like, if somebody posts a cop's name, address, phone number, social security number, pictures of him, pictures of his wife, pictures of his kid, and they post that all over their YouTube channel, and one of their insane sycophant fans goes to the cop's house and unalives him or his family because they're cop haters. Obviously, if you're watching Frauditor videos, you must be a cop hater. Well, my intent wasn't to put his name and everything out there so that people would go after him. It isn't. When we watch videos of cops getting assaulted, you guys are watching these videos laughing on your live streams. You think it's hilarious when people attack cops. You think it's the greatest thing in the world. So you're not supporting that? You're not intentionally trying to cause that to happen? Well, I mean, no. But again, when you're talking in legal terms about judges and courts deciding intent, I could see where that could become wishy-washy. Again, not stating whether I agree or disagree with the idea of it, because that was one of the big arguments, if you remember, in the Darrell Brooks case. Like, well, are you saying that I intentionally ran those people over with my car? How do you know what my intent was? And then they said, well, because you didn't slow down. In fact, you sped up. Because if you watch the video, there's lines of people and you could have gone this way, but you swerved to hit them. So there was reasons why we implied the intent. Of course, we can't actually know what was physically in your brain at the time. So I don't know. I get the argument on both sides, but in general, I like the idea that there are, and because I've said this too. I've said this before. the biggest problem with the frauditors is they're trying to create some sort of change. But if they keep doing what they're doing the way they're doing it, the only change they're going to create is things like this, where they're going to pass laws that actually are going to put limits and restrictions on things that are wide open right now. It's like all of this is wide open, so you're going to abuse that until they want to shut it down. Because right now, the frauditors' beef is against nothing. And I hate when they go on and on and on like he just did with all this nonsense, and it is nonsense, about you guys are trying to limit our rights to film our public officials in the course of their duties. Yeah, that's what this is about. That's what I come in here and explain and rant about for 3 hours every morning. Are you sure about that, Frauditor? So your whole shtick, the whole frauditing shtick, is about the right to film public servants and public employees in the course of their duties. Shut up, Parson. When they go on and on and on and on about, they're just doing this for the right to film public servants within the course of their duties. So what does any of that have to do with filming random people on the street? What does any of that have to do with filming the customers at the DMV? What does any of that have to do with filming the customers in the post office? What does any of that have to do with filming churches, hotels, Chick-fil-A, the bank, the jewelry store? What does any of that have to do with any of these places where these guys go and do their thing? Everyone that first of all, always got to make sure, especially nowadays, because once you say something, especially on the air, and it's out there for the world to see, you can't speak in absolutes. That's ridiculous. That's silly. But in the course of normal conversation, I try to just say what I'm saying to get my point across. But yes, of course, obviously, if you have a brain, you know that there are no absolutes. All of this group is that, or all of that group is that. I understand. But for the most part, in general, again, I want to say everyone, but that's an absolute. But the majority of people that I'm aware of on our end have no issue with cop watching, have no issue with monitoring our public servants within the course of their duties. The thing you guys are supposedly fighting for isn't illegal. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Their big beefs a few years ago with laws were laws that were saying how far away you have to stand. Those laws didn't say you can't film them. None of them say that you can't film the cops while they're doing what they're doing. But don't stand right here. Go over there. You have a modern camera in the 21st century. Zoom in. If I'm doing something dirty, if I'm doing someone dirty, your camera will catch it. But instead, they're walking right up on them. They're filming the people, the victims in a lot of cases. How many times have we seen somebody that was dealing with cops? They were the victim, and the frauditors pissing them off. If you're literally here, if your intent is to make sure that you're watching the cops so that if they do something wrong, it'll be on film, and I'm the person the cops are dealing with, and I'm telling you, listen, they're just here to take a report because I got robbed, and I'm just telling them what happened. You don't need to film. There isn't going to be you having that viral video of a cop beating me over the head with a billy club for no reason, because that's not happening. And even if it was, go over there and film it. You'll still be able to see if he does that. But me, I'm the guy dealing with the cops. I'm telling you, it's fine. It's okay. You don't have to film this. In fact, I don't want you to. Well, I have the First Amendment right to do it. Exactly. That's the point that that's the whole part of the circular reasoning and why you don't talk to these idiots. Because what their circular reasoning leads to is situations like that. I'm here to film the cop, not you. To make sure that the cop isn't doing you dirty. Well, I'm telling you, you are filming me. Well, I have the First Amendment right to do it. Now the circular conversation starts. You said that you're here to monitor the cop. So I'm asking you, well, then why are you filming me? If your intent, and we go back with the intent, is to film the cop, why are you filming me? Well, because the First Amendment says I can. There's your circular reasoning again. You said that you're here to monitor the cops. I'm telling you that I'm the victim and that the cop is totally cool and he's not coming after me and you don't have to film him to catch him doing me dirty because he's not. Well, I'm going to film you now because you approached me and you're in public and there is no expectation of privacy in public. Yeah. There is no expectation of privacy in public is how the circle starts spinning around. It makes the conversation go round and round. You hear the sound of the frauditor's voice, makes you want to puke. Kick him in his testicles, slap him upside the head until he pulls out his pepper spray and says, hip, 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 hooray. Do what the frauditor says, or you'll be punished because the frauditors are the tyrants. What? I was just having fun. It's Wednesday, man. I said it's Wednesday, man. Dagnabbit, it's Wednesday. Thank you. Anyway. I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. Now, I just checked the time. We only got a few more minutes to the Cupcake Happy Dance. So I don't know if I want to start another video just so that I could pause it in a minute. Let me see. What is this thing Welsh sent me? This is a short. Maybe we could just show that real quick. Let's see. Oh, well, yeah, of course. Hold on. Of course, now my computer is gonna give me a hard time. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Yeah, I saw that the other day Chili went kind of funky with his monkey. Shorts. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Is this the one? Let's see. Okay, now this is the problem with a short too. You can't fast forward or rewind, so I gotta wait for it to play through and start over, and then I'll pause it, and then I'll put it on the screen. What the what is this? Chili? Oh, he's talking. It sounds like Chili's talking about like racism in the 1800s or something. I don't know, man. Let's hear what Chili has to say. We all love Chili de Castro.
And that's a Negro. Negroes aren't like, they're not really humans. Negroes, they have these two indentions in the back of their brain that doesn't allow them to have the human condition that you and I have, Billy. They're not really human beings. They are not evolved. We evolved from apes, but these people, they didn't evolve all the way. So he's doing that, but that's not a person that he's doing it to. Really, Daddy? Yeah.
That's the wrong one. All right, here, wait. Let me go back to Discord. Let's see. Why won't this? For some reason, Discord isn't letting me. Hold on, let me try this. Ah, okay, okay. I got it. I got it. I got it. All right, I got it. Cool, cool, cool. All right. All right, Welsh, I got it now. I got it now. All right. This is the right one, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. But that's okay because we got 3 minutes. We got 30-second video. We're ready to go. All right, here's the one he sent.
You told me to move my feet. You're not my dad.
I am your father.
La 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 la.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
No, I'm not. Matter of fact, say, oh, play May. Come out and play with me and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, slide down my rainbow into the pot of gold, and we'll be happy friends forevermore. More.
That video, ladies and gentlemen, made me want to pull out my trifold. Chef M80. That's right, and it rhymes. That's the best part. Yeah, this guy's sane. I think his last 2 brain cells just died, or they got in a fight. And somehow Chuck Norris won. I got this hardcover Constitution from Unclean Hands. This is legit, by the way. Like, okay, this isn't the indestructible trifold because I ain't going to give him my money. So I got the free version, but this is the legit free version from his website of the trifold. I originally printed out 2 of them. I burned one on a live stream. It was great. But I put the Hez logo on it just because I'm awesome sauce like that. But I use it as my bookmark in my Constitution so I can read the First Amendment to you guys once in a while. Freedom of religion, press, and expression. Ratified on December 15th, 1791. Note. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech. Therefore, anyone with a camera can do anything they want at any time with no consequences. All right. It's in the First Amendment, man. I just read it to you. Can you play the Chili song, I Pooped My Pants? Yeah. I remember that one. Some of my Chili videos were great, man, but after a while, I should go back and revisit chili videos. Just because like I covered the crap out of them for a few months, and then after a while I just was done with chili, you know, because it got to the point where but it looks like his rants are getting more and more and more unhinged every day. Not like they weren't to begin with. He's a lunatic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the cupcake. Happy dance. All right. All right. Oh, crap. Okay. Olay. All right. Yes. Paul Cohen's like, no, don't go back to chili videos, please. The best clip is still the one where he tries to explain how men and women need it. Yeah. There she is. Olay. All right. In case you missed it, we opened the show with your video about the Oklahoma law. Where was the cool down at the end? Well, that's all right. It wasn't really a Frauditor video, so I get it. There was nothing to cool down from because it was kind of, you know, yay, all right. They're trying to pass laws to limit these idiots. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so all that being said, it's time, I think, to get Graham. I'll revoke my membership if you start playing chili videos again. Oh, man. Oh, man. The headphone on his head wearing idiot de jour. Maybe one of these days I'll put together a compilation of all of my chili videos into a chili to Castro retrospective video. I don't know. The last one I made, I left it as it is because it was freaking hilarious. But I did get copyright on it because I used O Fortuna. But it was the music fit too perfect. I tried replacing it with different songs where I didn't get a copyright hit, but it was too perfect. You know, he's walking up to the cop, and I just took the sound out and replaced it with O Fortuna, you know, and it's like, you know, as he's walking up to the cop. And it just keeps building and building and building. And then I edit it so that right as the cop goes to grab him and he starts fighting with the cop, and kicks in with the oh man, great stuff, great stuff. Anyway, you want to talk about heavy. That song, like, everyone knows it, everyone's heard it a million times. But if you don't know the translation into English of what they're saying with those chants, you know, I mean, I don't know the Latin. Right off the top of my head, but in English, basically, like, you know, I'm not gonna quote the whole song, but basically, it's like a list of things that you can do, like, you know, almost literally, like, hey, no matter how healthy you eat, no matter how much exercise you get, no matter how many people you love, no matter how much you pray, no matter how much you cry, no matter, like, just this list, like every one of those lines that, like, each one of those things is like another item on the list, and you go down the checklist of all the things you could do, and then at the end when it explodes and they go, oh, in the big finale, they're basically saying, no matter if you do this and this, and then going through the whole list, and you do this and you do this, you're gonna die. And it's like, like, that song's insane, man. Yep, Chef M80, he knew exactly where I was going. That's basically what that whole song is. No matter what you go do, no matter how you do it, you're gonna die. It's like, no wonder, like, heavy metal people play that before their concerts sometimes. Oh man, that's heavy duty stuff. Anyway, let's get on to the next video, ladies and gentlemen. How about some good old-fashioned unclean hands? Yes. We love unclean hands here. I haven't seen him today. I hope he's doing all right. And again, for anyone who wasn't here earlier, Ray's surgery apparently went well. They sent her home last night. So obviously she's resting and recovering right now, but it looks like it all went well. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's watch the video. All right.
Good morning, guys. Today we're going to cover a guy I haven't covered for a long time called Pontchartrain Audits. He's really, really bad at First Amendment auditing. He's very unhealthy, can barely get around, but when he does have a spare moment and he can get away from his oxygen tent, he goes out and audits. Let's check out what he's doing today.
How's it going, people of YouTube? Pontchartrain Audit here. Today we are out at the Tickfaw, Louisiana City Hall. It's a small building, so it's probably going to be a short one, but I think over to our left there's also a police department, so we'll look at that too.
Okay, nice start. We've got the typical suspects here. We've got the city hall and then the police department. Let's see what happens.
Village of Tickfaw. They have meetings every second Tuesday at 5, court on Wednesdays every second Wednesday. Looks like they're hiring as well. So, the hearings, City Hall. Let's go inside.
Very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Very exciting.
Hello, how are you?
I can't hear you.
Oh, I said hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm just looking around for the moment, but would this be a place I could file a FOIA request as well?
A what request?
FOIA,
I don't know what that is.
Freedom of Information Act.
Maybe at the police department next door. I'm really not sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is this where you guys hold the records and things like that?
Records for what?
The village?
But what kind of records? I'm trying to figure out what you want.
Like
if I have it.
municipal records, basically.
Town minute meeting.
Let me try to explain why this young lady sounds so confused. She lives in a town with a population of 806 people. That's what it was in 2020. 806 people. It's a little tiny village. They've never seen a First Amendment auditor before. So this guy decides to go there because he's probably thinking he's going to be something pretty special and pretty unique. But he's not going to be. He's just not going to be. It's so ridiculous.
I'm trying to get you in the right direction. We do have minutes of meetings and records of that. I'm just trying to figure out what record you want.
Well, it would be things like
here's our illustrious freedom fighter here, the guy walking around, trying to get a FOIA request from a little village with a population of 800 people. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, let's see how it ends up.
salaries of employees and other things like that.
I mean, we have records. What do you want the records for? I'm confused. I'm just really confused. I'm sorry.
Well, that's my own purposes. I mean, they're public records.
Okay, who are you trying to find it about?
The public employees.
The whole town? You're
Yeah.
trying to get the whole town's pay record? I'm really just trying to figure out. I'm really confused.
Things like budget, salaries, things like that.
I guess that would. I'm sure we would have the records of it. I don't know how we would get that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious she has no idea what he's talking about or how to do whatever he wants her to do. He's probably talking to the wrong person. He probably needs to talk to a clerk of courts or something like that. but he's not going to do that. He's going to stay here where this person doesn't know what they need to do.
But I mean, we have them, I guess, but I don't know. I'm so confused right now.
You don't have like a form for it?
A form?
Yes, I am.
A form? A form?
I'm
I
a
definitely don't
I'm
have
a
without them knowing it.
first of all, this is a one-party consent state, first of all.
Yeah, you didn't let me know you were recording me.
Well, I'm recording. I will respectfully decline.
It may be a one-party state, but the decent thing to do is if you're going to record somebody is to let them know you're recording them so they don't look, like start drooling or something, so they're a little self-conscious of it. It's just ridiculous. Now the true colors are coming out of this guy. This guy's only done 7 or 8 audits in the last couple of years, and he's terrible at all. He loses every single one he does. He never wins whatever he's trying to win.
Then I'm going to respectfully decline speaking to you anymore.
Okay, well, I have a First Amendment right to be able to record.
Okay. But I don't really understand what you're asking for, so.
Well, I'm asking to file a FOIA request.
And I don't know what that is. That's why I was asking you what it is. I don't know what a FOIA request is. So we have someone coming over that might know.
Okay.
I'll be here in just a second.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Problem solved, right? They've contacted somebody that's going to come and talk to you, even though you're recording them without their permission. They went ahead and followed through with their responsibilities. Now they're done.
Looks like we got a police officer out there, I guess. Hello.
How you doing?
Doing well, and you?
All right. Doing all right.
Uh,
They're saying you have some questions about public records.
do you mind?
Lieutenant Rogers, Tickfaw, please.
Okay, thank you. Do you have a badge number?
Badge 4.
Thank you.
No problem.
No, my name's Adam. I'm an independent journalist.
Okay.
Gathering.
Content?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
It's never a good look when the enemy has to finish your sentences for you there, dummy.
additionally, I'm actually looking possibly to move somewhere in this area because I'm a student not far,
Okay.
southeastern.
That's fine. And you said Adam, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So you have questions about public records?
Well, I was trying to file a FOIA request.
A FOIA request? Okay.
They-
For police or for a city?
For like budget salaries of public workers.
Okay. All right. Well, hang on one second.
Oh, this auditor is so unprepared. He has no idea what he wants. He really doesn't. He can't figure it out. He'll probably change his mind before he gets done.
Let me see. Let me talk to him. And yeah, my body cam is on, just so you know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so real quick, that last bit right there, that is a perfect example of exactly what I am talking about when I say, because these guys love to say, well, I'm an independent journalist and I don't need a press pass to be an independent journalist. I don't need to work for a legitimate news organization. All I need is the First Amendment. There is one thing that you do need to be an independent journalist, and that's to engage in journalism. Like, I can't call myself a bird because I don't fly. Like, I don't have feathers. Like, if you're not engaged in journalism, then you're not a journalist. Well, I have the First Amendment right to engage in journalism. Then do so. But that's not what they're doing. And this is a perfect example of that. I'm a journalist, but I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. What kind of a journalist? And how many times have we seen videos of these guys? Well, they'll be in the completely wrong office. They don't even know where they are. What do you guys do here? You don't even know. You didn't do any research. You don't even know what you're thinking before you walk in the door. But we're supposed to believe you're a journalist, but you don't even engage in journalism. How can you call yourself a journalist when you're not engaging in journalism? Yes, you have the First Amendment right to do so, but you have to then do so. That's what they're not getting. The First Amendment gives me the right to engage in journalism. Then do that. Then engage in journalism. Oh, no. Graham's like, well, you could be a penguin if you don't fly. Let's get back to the video. I love it.
Apologize. Suddenly, I don't know why I get adrenaline, which caused me to be a little shaky. But
Yeah, that's called being a pussy. As soon as you get a little confrontation, you get all nervous and pee yourself a little bit.
so he's talking to them.
I'm sorry, real quick. Apparently, I owe a happy dance to Stefan. All right, here we go. Here's your happy dance, buddy. All right, yes. And while we're looking at that, I didn't even think about this earlier. Let me check the likes. Remember, once we hit 80 likes, you get a super ultra mega hardcore happy dance. 47. All right, we're a little bit more than halfway there. That'll work. All right, and now back to the video. Yes.
Okay. So FOIA request has to go through the city attorney.
Okay.
Okay. They're going to get with the city attorney about getting the forms for you. All right. I don't know if you want to leave them a number for them to contact you.
I can leave them an email.
Okay, an email. Okay.
There, so
You may not be able to read that on screen, but what it says on top is his email address. Down here, he wants the names and salaries of all the village employees and the budget for the entire village, which he'll never do anything with that information. He just wants to go there to get it for no reason, just so that he can get it. That's all he's going to do. He's never going to use it for anything. He's never going to publish it because nobody cares.
You just make sure you can read that.
I'm old and blind. Forgive me.
Oh, it's okay. I'm not old, but I am blind too.
Googled it and it says that you don't need an actual form, that anything will work with a form. So if you just wrote something up.
Okay, do y'all have an email account for him that he can?
Well,
send
I
that to?
understand that. I put what I'm requesting there on that too as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I just Googled it because I didn't know.
Well, a lot of agencies have forms that they fill out.
We just didn't have a form. So it's
And
like,
That's what's confusing
yeah,
because
we just didn't have a form. I didn't even know what it was. So
And that's fine.
I Googled it and it said that you don't have to have a specific form if you just write a written request.
Right.
So
No, that's perfectly fine. I'm
Yeah.
willing and able to do that.
I, for one, am certainly glad that you're willing to accept that form, to write it out yourself and all that, because, geez, I was on the edge of my seat thinking you were going to protest. It's kind of funny. This guy doesn't get too combative in this one. He must have learned his lesson already. He's tried that before, and he's lost every time. So it seems to be going pretty smooth. Even though it's pointless, it's going smooth.
I just, if you had a form, that makes
all
sense
right,
a
tell
little
you what, I
easier.
might have to write it.
yeah.
All right. So what is your email? I'm sorry.
Pontchartrain.
PONCHAT.
No, like the lake. PON.
Spell it to me.
Yeah.
PON.
I don't forget I was spelling it this long.
PONTCHARTRAIN.
Okay, real quick, guys. Couple things I want to say. First of all, looks like I Kiss is here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, good to see you. One of the things too I wanted to point out about what's happening in this whole thing, right? So again, it always goes back to the whole FOIA thing, and these idiots who request FOIAs just for the point of requesting them. And what I wanted to point out is this lady said, I never even heard of it. I had to Google it. And this is the big problem with people like Audit Them and now Tyrant Terminator Studios doubling down on the whole FOIA thing, is they seem to have this idea like, okay, think about it. And that's one of the reasons why, this is kind of a side note, but because one of the things that they'll argue is like when we talk about getting a real job or whatever, right? They'll be like, well, you know, what do you call a real job? And blah, 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 and whatever. And well, you make money off your YouTube channel. And so why can't we and all that? But here's the thing. This is the point. I've had a lot of real jobs. I've been a teacher. I've worked in ultrasound. I've done a bunch of different stuff over the years. I've worked in offices and call centers. I worked in a call center where I was taking orders for kidney dialysis medicine. All right. So I've been in a legitimate call center. I've done a ton of, I've worked in fast food joints. I've worked at liquor stores. I've done everything over the years. Well, not literally everything, but I mean, I've literally shoveled rocks for a living at one point. I mean, I've done a lot. But now this is a real sidetrack. I'm going way off the rails here, but this is an interesting story. Just in case you ever wonder about, like, when you see certain, not all, a lot of times you get what you pay for. A lot of times the more expensive one is better. That is true. I'm not saying, again, never any absolutes, because that's ridiculous. But fact is fact. And the fact is, I used to have a job where I stood on an assembly line and these boxes, just plain unmarked boxes, every box was exactly the same, and the contents of every box were exactly the same. But I had 2 stacks of stickers. One was the expensive product, and one was the cheap product. And as the boxes go, I would just slap this sticker on, slap this sticker on, slap this sticker on, slap this, just going back and forth. Literally the same contents in literally the same box. But the difference in price was just based on which sticker I stuck on which box. So it does happen. But anyway, what's with the headsplaining? Come on, that's my job, ain't it? Sir Zyquid is here. All right. Somehow I can picture Hez yelling at the kids in class. Let me tell you something. When I was teaching, honestly, the kids, for the most part, loved me. They really did. They thought I was, you know, a fun guy. It all depended, because I was a substitute. So I did like every grade level, just depending on what they needed that day. And it was somewhere around, I would say 5th, 6th grade. That was my favorite, because the really little ones, they were just wild. They're just nuts. And it was just all about trying to control the situation. And then the older kids, it was like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Like, and that's all you'd ever get out of them. But like 5th grade, 6th grade, right in that area, those kids were always a blast. We would just have fun. You know, I'd be teaching them and I would use examples from, because I have kids, you know, so I was able to say things that they could relate to, you know, like, I'm going to teach this. How am I going to teach it? Oh, well, I'll use what happened on SpongeBob yesterday as an example, or what, you know, I'll talk about Star Wars or something, whatever, just something that they understood what I was talking about. So I actually had a lot of fun doing that. So talking about these guys getting a job, the whole point of why I'm explaining all of this, the point of the headsplaining, is that what ends up happening, what I see in situations like this one is, let's say I get a job. This is a secretary. So I understand, because I've done different kinds of jobs. And this is, the point is, this is why I always say these guys probably have never even had a real job, because they don't seem to understand the way having a job works. When you have a job, you are trained on your job. And you spend a lot of time developing the skills necessary to perform your specific tasks. And people like this guy in this video, Audit Them, Tyrant Terminator Studios, they seem to believe that every single person who works in every single department of any job that's in any way related to the state or the government in any way must spend all day, every day, doing nothing but studying FOIA law just in case maybe one time in your 30-year career, one time, one moron with the camera might come in and request a FOIA from you. It just doesn't make it's not logical. This lady, he comes and asks for a FOIA. She's never even heard of it. She had to Google it. That's how many FOIA requests she gets there. This is the one and only time. Like, people who are doing a job that are hired to do a specific job, our tax dollars are not paying them to forget about what they're there to do and just study FOIA law just in case maybe someday, somewhere along the line, some random idiot might walk in there and ask for a FOIA. But that's what these frauditors expect. It's the same thing with Poster 7. If I'm hired to work at the post office, and this is what happens every time with every post office audit. When you're hired to work at the post office, you have your initial training. Let's say my job is to work at the front counter, taking mail, putting it in, charging whatever it costs for the mail, and selling stamps, right? Just working at the counter in the post office. Part of the initial training is going to cover the rules. It's going to come up. And they're going to say, oh, people aren't allowed to film without your permission, because that's what it says on Poster 7. But you're not spending 24 hours a day, 7 days a week studying the intricacies of Poster 7. You're learning how to run the register. You're learning how to customer service, the prices, the packages, all of the different plethora of questions that a customer might ask, what the answers are, and how to deal with it on a daily basis. Now, let's say you're working there for years, and one of these douche canoes shows up. Something somewhere in your mind remembers from your initial training that you were told that people can't film in there unless you give them permission. So they'll always say that, and then immediately they go, oh, Poster 7, blah, 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 blah. So your expectation as a frauditor for any government employee is to forget about serving the public. Forget about doing their job and to focus instead on studying and memorizing all the FOIA laws, just in case maybe one time out of your entire career, one random douche canoe with the camera might come in and ask for a FOIA request or make a FOIA request. So that's it. That's what they want. Same thing with the post office. And it's not even our tax dollars with the post office, right? But you're not there to work the register. You're not there to serve the customers. You're there to memorize all of the specific, intricate details of Poster 7 all day, every day, just in case on the offhand chance that one time in 50 years, one random idiot might walk in there with a camera. That's their expectation. Everyone has to have all FOIA laws memorized at all times, and they have to have every form available. And if they don't, they have to be personally responsible for making sure that even though you're in the wrong office and you're talking to the wrong person, they have to be personally responsible for making sure that your FOIA form gets to the right people. And then they laugh when I say that frauditors are bigger tyrants than the people they accuse of being tyrants. Because you have to follow the frauditors' directives. You have to do what he says when he says it because he has a camera. And if you don't, you will be punished. Not maybe, it's gonna happen. Whether it's through, at the minimum, public humiliation through their narration on their YouTube channel and posting your image everywhere and calling you a snowflake and a bootlicker and accusing you of not knowing your rights, to filing, complaints against you, trying to get you fired or trying to get you arrested, or in the best scenarios, pepper spraying you because you asked them not to film you. How dare you? Oh, and don't film them. Don't engage in your First Amendment protected right to film. Nope, not allowed. Only frauditors are allowed to do that. If you do that, you're a snowflake or a bootlicker or a Karen. If they do it, it's their right. If you do it, you're a slime bag.
AUDIT@gmail.com.
All right. So they'll get the information with the city attorney and all, and they'll get what they need, okay?
And that's a request for
I don't know if this would be a formal request. I'll let him know, unless you want to just kind of like write one. But I do need to know like dates, like years or something.
just for the last 2 years.
2 years.
Seems like he's getting everything he wants. He wants the last 2 years of record. He wants to know what them 800 people in that town make for a living, the ones that work for the city anyway. It's absolutely ridiculous. What an absolute waste of time.
Okay, I'll get with him and see if he wants more than that or if this is good enough. And
And we got an email so they can come.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right?
It'll come from a Tickfaw email.
Well, you could have just got online and do what I did, and I typed in salaries, employees, Tickfaw, Louisiana, and it'll give you the whole financial statement for the whole village for the whole year. Yeah, you could do that right from the comfort of your own home. I just didn't know if you knew that or not. Anyway, maybe I'll put the link down in the description for those of you who are interested. Anyway.
Okay.
All right.
While I was here, I did have a quick question because I noticed, is there something behind these two signs?
Something like what? I'm sorry.
I mean, because like those seem like they're unconstitutional.
Well, again, we do have an ordinance for saggy pants. And
Especially like cursing, that's protected by the First Amendment.
well,
I kind of figured things were going too well. He has to find something to pick out, so he found those things up there. Now he's gonna harp on that for a minute, but he's just about finished.
again, that would be something you would have to bring up on the city attorney, because that's actually ordinances done by the court, because we hold a court here as well.
I understand that.
Okay, so courts are allowed to make rules as well.
And we're about to leave. It's time to close up.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
All right, so
Okay, well, that was interesting. I was actually not wearing my hat today, so didn't even get to challenge that one. Police officer was nice, heard me out, educated them. Did some education today. They didn't even know what a FOIA request was. That's actually kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, that's a real mystery. Population 806. Real mystery, genius.
But so, gonna get out of here and sorry, I was waiting for them to close the door. But yeah, obviously, that one lady was not too pleased, but police officer came over, the lieutenant. He was very nice, courteous, educated them, got our FOIA request done. And so I guess we're going to be getting out of here today. I'll probably be back about those signs because those signs are definitely unconstitutional. Anyways, this is Pontchartrain Audit signing off.
That was some groundbreaking work there. Fantastic audit. Couldn't have gone better. Of course, we had to find something to bitch about, but you know, it's just the way it is. Anyway, pretty mild audit for today. You all have a great day. Love y'all. Bye.
All right, all right, all right. Round of applause for Unclean Hands, as always. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And Unclean said this at the end there, and this is a thing too. With these FOIA requests and this stuff, I love the fact that all the information that this journalist was requesting is posted right there on the city's website. You would think if you were engaged in journalism and you were trying to find out all the names and salaries of all the employees in this city, one of the first things you would do is you would go to their website and see if it's there, and it was right there. All the information he requested is just right there on the website. But of course, what would happen with any of these idiots, especially like an Audit Them or a Tyrant Terminator type? I keep saying those two because they're the ones that really double down on the whole FOIA thing. Audit Them is just all about FOIAs. That's his whole shtick. You go in there and they say, oh, I need this information. Oh, it's on the website. Oh, but I can request it in public. You just did. So you want us to waste paper. You want us to waste resources. You want us to waste taxpayer dollars filling your FOIA request when you could take 2 seconds. You got your damn phone in your hand. Just Google it. Just Google it on your phone right there. You got it done. That's why when we were talking earlier about intent, there's no way that anyone can believe that your intent was to get this information. Because if you're intending to do something, then you're going to make an attempt to do that thing. If you're engaged in journalism, attempt number one would be go to the city's website. Oh, look, there's all the information right there. I don't even have to leave the damn house. I got it done. Investigation complete. I can't believe this lady's never even heard of FOIA. Yeah, because you're literally the first person ever to ask about it. And obviously, that wasn't even the office to do it because they didn't have the forms. You had to just write it down, which is their big beef. Oh, I should be able to just write it down. Go ahead. But don't tell me where to send it. Just give me an email address. Anyway, yeah, this is great. Groundbreaking journalism. Such a riveting audit. He didn't educate anybody. They had to Google it, right? I got a video I was watching yesterday that I'm actually working on, like, for my next video. So I don't want to give too much away, but it's a Tyrant Terminator video. And one of the things about it that I thought was brilliant, and I definitely am going to point out when I show it, is that he walks into this building, and the first thing he sees when he walks in the door is that they have all the FOIA information posted right there. You walk in the door and you see all the FOIA stuff. And he like pans his camera over it for like 2 seconds. He's like, oh, look, they got FOIA stuff hoisted, moisted, and toasted. Jason Gutterman. Take two. They have all the FOIA information posted. They have all the FOIA information posted right there. So he points out that it's right there when you first walk in, and he pans across it with his camera real quick, and then he goes in the building. It says, yeah, I came in here to fill out a FOIA, right? Well, I went back and paused the video while he was scanning past the stuff. And if he actually would have read what it said, it's like 3 pages all stapled to like a caulk board, just all the way down the line. A cork board, caulk. Cork board. You butter brain. Potato brain has cork board. So they're stapled. There's like pages stapled to this cork board all about FOIA. And Tyrant Terminator like scrolls past it and then walks on and then goes to do his FOIA request. To request whatever the heck it was, you know, salaries and names and all that, like they all do. But if he was paying attention to that and didn't just do the, I paused it while he was scrolling and I read what it said. And the forms they had right there when you walk in the door explained what the FOIA law is and that those posts were there to comply with FOIA law, and then listed out all of the names, all of the salaries, all of the budgets, all of the public information that you could get from a FOIA. He already had it. The second he walked in the door and turned his camera towards that, he had it on camera right there. I was able to just pause it and read it. So he didn't even have to go in the building to request that information. It was right there. But these investigative, independent journalists who don't even bother to engage in journalism didn't even take the time, even though he supposedly was there. Again, going back to intent. If your intent was to get this information and to see if this building was complying with FOIA, how about the fact that to comply with FOIA, they posted, here is our FOIA compliance list with a list of everything you could possibly FOIA. Right there. But of course, this journalist didn't actually take the time to read it and know and understand that. Why would he? Because then he didn't get his content for his YouTube clicks and views. Potato brain, douche canoe, Vegemite sandwich eaters. No offense to the Aussies out there. I know you guys don't know what food tastes like. I'm from Chicago, so I know all about food. Real quick, guys, I wanted to show this video from Frauditors Are Abusers. This is the footage he's showing is a little bit older, but I like this footage a lot, and I love the way he breaks it down. Frauditors Are Abusers is a channel that I've been warming up to more and more. He seems to be getting better the more videos he makes. Blackheart Night for $2. News Now Voodoo, today is a good day to fry. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah, Chicago. Yeah, now I want some deep dish pizza. That's what I'm talking about. Carrie T is here, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Edward Catalier, I don't remember if I said hello to you. Be right back. I have to put out the frauditors. I mean the trash. Oh, Blackheart, he ain't fooling around. He wants to taste a voodoo doll. We haven't really had a lot of tastings. Again, I want to reiterate, though. I want to make sure that, because obviously it's going to take time for everyone to get the message, but in general, we're trying to save all the tastings for the end of the show. But, I mean, we're already 2 hours in, and we haven't really had many. And, you know, it's a process. So I'll go ahead and I'll taste them right now. But just to keep in mind, we're trying to do that going forward, because sometimes when there's a lot of tasing requests, I don't even get a chance to, like, do the show. I'm just tasing. The show becomes just the tasing show. Maybe we'll do that one of these days. Have a show specifically for a tasing, the Tasing Spectacular. Maybe what we'll do is when, because I've always talked about this and people seem to like the idea, eventually doing a show, a special, where I use the News Now Voodoo voice and just his character just takes over the show for a whole episode. And then maybe like we could just, as the tasings come in, we just keep blasting them the whole show. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, sounds like a real party. Can't wait for that one. Blackheart Night. Come on dumbass. Why are you letting this guy take you over? It's the opposite. Oh, you mean he's normally black-hearted and I don't care. He's got a frog in his throat, so I'm just gonna take the tasing. No, I'm not. I'm leaving. Oh! Dagnabbit Hess! If he keeps pulling my hair, one of these days it's gonna come out and then Salacious is gonna find him and she's gonna stick some knife in his face and it's gonna hurt. All right.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh, there he is, Unclean. We just watched one of your videos. I went on this whole big head-splaining rant about FOIAs and all that. It was fun. And the point I made, like, I was reiterating, because you pointed out in the video that all the information he was trying to request was right there on their website. And I was making the point about how that's one of the reasons why we can't call these guys journalists, because they don't even bother to engage in journalism. If they're trying to get that information, first thing you would do is look at the website. Oh, yeah, there it is. Done. Investigation done. You got it. Anyway, let's get to this Frauditors Are Abusers videos. I love this.
I love all you. Go home.
Howdy, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're heading to New York, where a frauditor enters a government building expecting full access for his pictures and videos. The security guard is hilarious here on this frauditor, or like I like to refer him to as Frauditor Auditors. Anyway, the security guard is my new hero, and he shuts down the frauditor. Let's take a look at it.
And we're going to go ahead and get inside this here state building, an office building, and see if they respect our rights to video record in public and publicly accessible areas and not ideas to get into the state building with having to show photo ID. How you doing?
All right, what can I do for you?
I'm here to take a tour of the state building and publicly accessible areas, disseminate to the public what's available for the public.
Sponsored by whom? You got an appointment?
Independent journalist. I don't have an appointment. I'm not here to actually see anybody.
Not the press, just another frauditor.
Just
well, the building isn't just open to wander through.
The building is not publicly accessible?
That's not what I said.
All right, then I'd like to assess it. Publicly accessible means the public can access it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, King Stew 2000 for $5. This is for Ray Ray. Maybe buy her a coffee or some flowers. We look forward to seeing her on Saturday. I'd like a happy dance, please. All right. Absolutely, King Stew. I appreciate that, and I know she's going to appreciate it, too. I'll definitely let her know, and I'll definitely make sure. I already had a plan to get something for her, so that definitely helps. Thank you so much. Here's your happy dance. All right. No, here's your happy dance. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, and again, for those of you who don't know, this Saturday, my guest is going to be Takedown Exposing Frauditors. That is the other channel that Ray is currently producing for. So that's why, she's expecting to be back on Saturday and then back to her regular schedule. And again, we also announced yesterday, for anyone who missed it, that because of her health issues, the Thursday show is going to be on hiatus for a while. We don't know how long or what's going to happen with it, but for now, we're just putting that on the back burner, and hopefully maybe we'll be able to come back to it. But at the moment, it just becomes it's too much. So that's fine. Hey, like I said, she does so much for this channel. She shows so much love and support that, whatever she wants, whatever she needs, she's earned it. She deserves it. It's all good. Yeah. So, in case you haven't, figured it out already, this is an old Erie County video, but again, it's a new Frauditors are abusers video, and I like the way he breaks this down and, with his narration and all that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and get back to it. All right.
Stand by. And you said you represent what?
Independent journalist. I represent myself.
Hello, Ghostbusters.
How you doing? This is John downstairs. I got a gentleman says he's an independent journalist. He wants access to the building. Sure. Yeah, that didn't work. Well, it says it's going right into voicemail. Okay. Okay.
One ring a ding ding. Two ring a ding ding.
Binghamton State Office Building, Office of Security, John speaking, may I help you?
Gracious, good afternoon.
No, I've got a gentleman who claims to be an independent journalist, wants a tour of the building. Yes, I understand that, but I have to make these notifications to you.
While you got him on the phone, tell him I'm not willing to waive my Fourth Amendment right to come in the building as well.
I got his number. I can give him a call. Okay. What were you saying?
I'm not going to waive my Fourth Amendment right to come in the building. It's a publicly accessible area, so you might as well throw that in there. I'm not willing to ID to come in the building, show photo ID. I'm willing to give a name, and you can take my picture if you want, but I'm not willing to waive my Fourth Amendment rights to come into a publicly accessible area as well. So might as well mention that while you're talking to these people.
One. Looks like it's the door closed on the first floor.
Yes, Mrs. Wiggins.
I've got a gentleman who claims to be an independent news media, and he wants to take a tour of the building. But he doesn't want. Hold on a second. I don't interrupt you. He doesn't want to provide ID, and he doesn't have a specific destination. Yes, sir, but I have to notify you he's here. Yes, sir.
He needs to show ID, John, no matter what.
Yeah.
And all we are asking him is to show his ID.
Yes, sir.
So it's not a violation of the Fourth Amendment like the idiot says.
Yeah.
So we got the first floor shut off. He can't get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, John, this guy's not an auditor. He's a frauditor.
Nah.
Tell him to kick rocks.
Okay.
So, John, don't let him give you a bunch of hooey over the First Amendment. Just don't allow him to go anywhere.
Yeah.
If he brings up the Fourth Amendment again, tell him this. That's right, frauditor. The 10th Amendment takes care of that First Amendment and the Fourth Amendment. States have the right to make their own rules.
No problem. Okay, sir, we got it. Okay, so what is it you need?
Just to be able to access the publicly accessible areas, video record what's available.
You're in the publicly accessible
Well,
area,
it's
right?
publicly accessible area as well.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is. This is a public building. That's what they have to say.
Ignore him and leave.
I have nothing else to say.
About what?
Accessing the public building.
You're accessing the public building.
This whole building is a public building. Every inch of the hallway is publicly accessible. This is a public place. These are public offices, public servants. It's full of them. Can I speak to the building manager?
Look, he already talked to an operator, Mrs. Wiggins, and the Ghostbusters. What more do you want?
Sure, go ahead and call them.
You're not willing to contact them and tell them there's somebody down here?
They already know you're here.
And what do they want to do? They just told you to sit here and ignore me and act smug? That's what they told you? That was the instructions that you got on the phone, was to sit here, act smug, drink coffee, and ignore me and act like I'm crazy for wanting to access the building that we pay for?
It's not coffee, it's cocoa.
They rob us of taxes.
Morning.
So this shirt doesn't fit down here. These people don't follow the Constitution. They don't respect the public. They act smug and disrespect people down here. This American shirt doesn't even won't help me. Won't sit here and act.
What a big crybaby.
This is what we pay for. We pay these people salaries. We pay them to treat us with this type of respect. We pay them to keep the lights on in this building. We pay.
Okay, real quick. I want to stop it there real quick. It's almost over, but I wanted to stop it real quick because this argument comes up so much from these guys. And my answer to that argument is always the same. They are doing exactly what we, the people, through our taxes, are paying them to do, which is to keep the butterbrain douche canoe out. They are doing their job by keeping the frauditors out. Great. Beautiful. Keep up the good work. Especially this guy. That's why I wanted to feature this video. Because I love it. I want to go in the publicly accessible area. You're in the publicly accessible area. Good job. You're here. Yeah, but I want to go over there. Well, you can't because it's not the publicly accessible area. So blah, 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 blah. He already told him, made it clear. It's on video. Why bother engaging further with the guy? They always say, why don't you de-escalate? Why don't you de-escalate? Why don't you de-escalate? So this guy isn't going to escalate at all. He doesn't need to de-escalate because he's not going to escalate. He's just going to sit there. How dare you just sit there? Is that what I pay you for? That's what I pay him for. And there's more of us than there are of you. So we the people win. Butterbrain, potato brain, douche canoe. By the way, if you guys don't know, this Frauditor is one of the ones who got in trouble for storming the Capitol on the 9th or whatever it was. Yeah. He was there. Yeah. But, you know, not getting into that whole thing, but just saying it is a fact. He was one of the people that was there. So here we go.
And for the tiling, the heat, everything in this building, we can't access it. And then when we want to access it to show the public what's available here, they want to act smug and act like we're not even here. Just ignore us.
Stop whining.
Sir, can I speak to a building manager? Can you call one and ask them to come down here and speak with me?
I am thinking about flying fish. Ah, so much better.
This security is total trash down here. You don't happen to know the building manager, do you?
What's that?
The building manager?
I don't answer questions.
See you guys. This is what we pay for down here. This is a proud American right here. So that's what we get down here in the state building in Binghamton. As you see in the Utica.
Great security
state
guards.
Building,
Awesome. I love it.
Didn't violate our rights. They had some kind of order from the upper ups there.
Nobody
higher ups there
violated
that we
anything
could walk
except for
through the
you
building
violate
without showing
human
ID as
decency
long
and
as they knew we were
brainwaves.
here. This is secret government down here in Binghamton, New York. At least they got this order flower sheep here to play dumb and look dumb and act dumb. But
You're
that's
describing
it.
yourself.
Down here in the state
Butterbrain.
building here in Binghamton. It's not publicly accessible. It's not a public building, and this is secret government down here, guys.
There's the sign, Frauditor. All visitors show ID.
No point in standing around being ignored by a smug prick like this who's not willing to help the public. He's just here to keep the public out of the publicly accessible building. Total trash. And that's your New York State building. Disgrace for this country, disgrace for this state. There's only one person to blame for this, and that'd be the governor who allows this kind of crap.
What an idiot. Oh, what a loser.
Indeed he is. Indeed he is. That's how all audits should go. Like I said, that security guard is my new hero. Anyway, that'll do it for this one. Y'all come back now, yeah?
All right. Yeah. This is what I was saying. Like, frauditors are abusers. The more I watch him, the more I'm starting to warm up to his channel. His editing style, I think, like, in fact, I actually, I've had this discussion with a few people a few times. Because when it comes to my editing, I get really anal about it. Like, I really want my cuts to be tight. When I'm editing a video, I will literally go frame by frame until I find the exact frame I want to cut. And sometimes it ends up taking me twice as long to edit a video than it probably should, because I'm getting too, I always have to remind myself to pull back a little bit. This isn't a Hollywood movie. I'm not getting paid $20 million to edit it. You know, it's just a little YouTube video. But I noticed editing a lot. And I'm noticing that his editing is getting better. I personally would like it to be a little bit tighter, but again, he's getting better. I see the progress. And like a really good example is like in this video just now, it wasn't just him cutting in with memes or whatever, but he was telling a story. Like when the guy would answer the phone, or when the guy would pick up the phone, he'd cut to the Ghostbusters lady answering the phone. Then another time he picks up the phone again and it cuts to Miss Wiggins opening the phone. And then, you know, there was another one where it was just a random secretary picking up the phone. And then later on in his narration, he says, he's telling him call somebody. And he's like, what do you mean? He already called Ghostbusters and Miss Wiggins and the operator. Like he was putting together a story, an overall a story arc within the narrative of the video. That's actually really, really good editing. You know, it's just, again, if those cuts were just a little bit tighter, you know, a little bit slicker, then it would have been smoother. But it was great that he even took the time to do that. Again, it wasn't just random memes. It was specific memes in a specific order to tell a story, to weave the narrative of this guy every time he's picking up the phone, who he's calling. It was really cool. I liked it a lot. So once again, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out Frauditors Are Abusers. Great stuff. He's doing really, really good job. And I also love the fact that all of his clips were like, you know, I just turned 51 last week. And like every clip he showed was like the stuff that I was watching growing up. You know, all the shows that were on TV when I was a kid, that were all the clips he was using. I got all the jokes. It was great stuff. I saw people in the chat talking about Tim Conway. Yes. Could you imagine if they did a door frauditing video? Anyway, oh man. Oh, he's getting old. That's why he's coffee tastes better from a Rash mug. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. There's your Rash mug right there, available on the merch store. Link in the description below. Also, don't forget I wrote a book. It's like $5, man. You could go to Amazon and order the Frauditors Handbook, How to Suck at Life. Also, don't forget that this month and every month, we have a giveaway. And just like last month, this month's giveaway is going to be, I always pick 10 names, and the first 9 are each going to get a set of these cards. Like, here's an example. This is one of Casey Cameraboy getting punched in the face outside of Tampico. They're lenticular cards. So they move. That's good stuff. Every winner's going to get some of those. And, of course, the grand prize winner gets a baby voodoo doll of their choice. Your options are, you got yellow, purple, black, is actually the fez came from Ray Ray. All right. You got your original brown or tan. I've actually noticed, like, if you take these guys, these two match, and hold them next to each other, sometimes the color is a little bit darker on one than the other. It's like a different shade. Also, by the way, I do have 2 mistakes. Like, for example, this one, you can see they forgot to paint his face. And I have a yellow one where they forgot to paint his heart compared to the original, to see the difference. So if you're the grand prize winner and you decide you want a rare one, because the mistakes obviously are not the norm, so that makes them more rare and unique. So if you want one of the mistakes, make sure if you're the winner that you let me know specifically that you want a mistake one. Were there any other options? Let's see. You could call them brown or tan. It seems like everyone has a different view of what they see when they look at it. And do I have any reds left? Yep. And of course, red. All right. I don't have any more pinks in stock. I'll get some more pink in the future, but for now, these are your options for the prize packages for this month. So, all that being said, and all the business being done, yeah. I don't care about winning it. Just send me a red one, damn it. Speaking of which, our winner, well, one of our winners, because we had two last month and then one before that. But one of our winners was Kingstu 2000, who got a red voodoo and decided to make it the king of his Lego Taj Mahal. And I thought this was awesome. I want to share this picture. I had it here. I showed it yesterday. Where did it go? There it is. This is awesome. Not just seeing the red voodoo doll in the Taj Mahal, but ladies and gentlemen, think about it for a second. That's a Lego. That means he built that Taj Mahal. That's awesome. And so also, since we're doing the business, don't forget, oh, there he is. I like the red one. Heck yeah. I need the unpainted face baby voodoo. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and let's get some more names added to this month's drawing right now by doing our phrase of the day. So, Carrie, get ready to type and get ready to go. We're going to go with the first 5 people. Oh, yeah, in fact, I did this last time with you. I made it 10 to make sure that you got in there because I wanted your name on the list. We're going to go with 5 this time. The first 5 people to type the phrase of the day get their names added to the list for this month's drawing. The phrase of the day, of course, is going to be get well, Ray Ray. Now, here's what we're going to do. You have to remember, because I want to give people time to type who are like on their, phones or their tablets or whatever. So I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to sing a song and do some goofy bits. As soon as I bang the gavel, the first 5 that come in after I bang the gavel, okay? The phrase of the day is get well, Ray Ray, okay? But don't hit enter until I hit the gavel or it doesn't count, all right? So let's time it out. All right. All right, let's go. What are the first 5 after the gavel to put get well, Ray Ray? Of course, get well, Ray Ray. Get well. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man, this is awesome. Love it, love it, love it, love it. This is great. Oh, man, we got a list of names. This is awesome. Let's see. What do we got? After I put it, oh, wait. King Stu says, please give all my entries this month to someone else who may not have any. I was just so happy to be a winner, let alone to get a grand prize. That's awesome. So you know what we're gonna do then? Well, whatever, because I know what I'll do is I'll get the list of everyone who put it in. Now we'll stop after Joe, I guess. So Dino would be the last one on the list. So we'll get Patrick Dagler. Ray Ray has she has a voodoo doll. She won one, and she has a full set of the babies. So yeah, she's already got some. But he didn't hit the gavel; it hit the desk. Yeah, she does have a voodoo doll. She actually won the grand prize on one of our voodoo doll drawings back in the day. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take down all the names of everyone who put Get Well Ray Ray. And then I'm going to go back, since King Stu is donating all of his entries this month. I'm going to see how many he has and then replace them with names from that list. After, obviously, the first 5 are on no matter what. But everyone who said it after that, I'm going to take your names and I'm just going to go in order. And again, depending, I've got to go back and see how many entries King Stu has this month so far. But like, let's just say he has 3 more, then the next 3 names after that will be added, and so on and so forth. Anyway, let's go ahead and see. Oh man, I bet you she didn't even think to bring her doll with her to the hospital room. Oh man. That would have been so cool. I know darn well if I was in the hospital, Voodoo would audit it. That'd be fun. Oh my goodness gracious me. Woohoo. I never win anything. I don't know why I'm getting excited. Hey, why not? You never know. You never know. Anything's possible. See, that's one of the things about the way I do it. I use the wheel so that it's random and it's literally impossible for me to cheat. And I try to keep it as fair as I can. That's one of the reasons why I do like what I just did with the free entries and all that, is because I'm not trying to make it a thing where, like, it's even like with the gifts when I do my fan appreciation every Monday. I always go out of my way to say, if you really want to support the channel, just, hit the like button. That does more for the algorithm and for the channel and everything than anything. You don't have to have money, to be involved with this show. You know what I mean? Because it's not about money. It's about entertaining people, making people happy, and doing a happy dance. All right, yes. Cynthia Carenshaw says, glad to see y'all this morning. My heart went out last Saturday, and it's my first morning home over a week. Was wondering what happened with Ray Ray. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Your heart went out. Oh, I hope you're okay. Oh, God bless. I hope everything's well. She had a surgery. It wasn't like an emergency thing or something like that. It had been planned and, all that. But she did have surgery yesterday. And, of course, anytime anyone needs any kind of medical intervention like that, it's, you get nervous, you worry, you want to make sure everything goes well. But apparently everything did. She's home now. She's recovering. So it seems like she's going to be good. And we got Little Chihuahua Big World for $2. An entry for Carrie T. Tay's News Now Voodoo. Oh, yeah. Her heat went out. Not her heart went out. I thought you were saying that you had a heart attack. I'm sorry. Maybe I need new glasses. I was thinking when I first read that, I'm like, that's a weird way to put it. My heart went out last week. Like, okay, I guess whatever. Anyway, Robert Cousteau says, we love Ray Ray. Yes, we do. Absolutely love Ray Ray. Let's see. I've already had one of those. That's old news. Oh my goodness. Anyway, oh yeah, I owe it Hazen. Let's go.
Oh no! Hey, like my cameraman. Hey man, this is an Australian camera. Check this out, man. Show him, Hez. Come on, help me out, dude. What are you doing, man? Make me look like an idiot in front of all these people. Hey, check it out, man. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So anyway, I get to what's happening right now, Hez? Oh, okay. So Hez says that you guys wanted me to recite a poem. Yeah, a lot of you guys didn't know that I write poems other than I'm the pimp, you're the simp, and I've been eating all the shrimp, or I'm the mobster with the lobster. No. I write poems all the time, and I got a new one that goes like this. Josh Abrams, you're the best. You're better than all the rest. You and Chili are the kings, and Long Island Island does all the things that make me want to smile and say, hip, 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 hurrah!
Man, that kid, he's a punk. You don't have permission to take my picture, you little punk. That's right, he just took all of your pictures, guys. Stupid little frauditor. Oh, ding dong, dang, dang, nabbit. I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. Oh. And don't forget, every Saturday, right here on the Frauditor Follies YouTube channel, to join us for the Saturday Night Snafu. This Saturday should be the return of Ray Ray. And of course, he'll be back starting on Monday for the regular scheduled program. In the meantime, this Saturday, our guest is going to be Takedown Exposing Frauditors. And then on February 3rd, we got something special for you. 1 year anniversary of the first episode of the Saturday Night Snafu. All right. We got Blackheart Night coming up on the 17th. We got Scriptcat on the 24th. Auditor Roundup on March 2nd. We got Professor Crack on March 16th. Crack is back. It's been a while since we talked to him. He's been a guest on the show before as well. Lots of great stuff coming up. Love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. God bless all of you. Thank you for all your love and support for the channel. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And like the Elvis Gnome always says at the end of the show every day, oh, yeah. I'm all shook up.
The lunch choices were white chicken meat or German sausage. Unfortunately, I was seated in the last row, so I was like, okay. You grab one end, I'll grab the other. What happens when you touch Dwayne Johnson's butt? You hit rock bottom. What'd the pirate say when he turned 80? What? I'm 80.